What's going on, Facebook? How we doing tonight? This is my first live video ever. I have some patience with me here. I came home tonight from work and sat down, go over some homework with my kids. And my son, 7-year-old, 7th grade, 11 years old, brought me this from health class today. We got ourselves, check it out, the gender identity packet. All right, well, let's check it out. What happened at school today? Well, we had someone come into class today that it doesn't have a gender. It's not a boy nor a girl, and we're gonna go over this in health class. We got the gingerbread man, gingerbread person there, the transgender. Tells you all the fun stuff about biological sex and romantic and gender identity, which I'm fine. I understand we live in a device world, device world. Everything, everyone's got their thing, and not everyone's gonna be the same. But as we come with our Christian values, we live by our own expectations. And when it comes to teaching our kids certain things, that should be left up to us, not the school districts, not the not health class in 7th grade. No. So I'm coming to you. I want everybody to know about this packet. If you haven't seen it yet, you should be searching your kids' books and checking it out. I go through, we go through all sorts of stuff through here. We got the 5 things you should know about your transgender people. Hey, they're in history too, so we'll get a history lesson on them. And all right, I can live with that. Then we go into common terms and definitions. Now this is what gets me teed off right here, because as a father, as I have a little girl too, and I'll tell you, I'd be just as irate with her, if not more, because this is something that I should be teaching. This is something that you should be teaching your own kid. I don't believe in the school having to teach our kids about this stuff. We've got over 50 plus different vocabulary words. Starts out easy and simple with the genders, the affirmed genders and sexual stuff. It starts into asexual. Okay, and we goes into going into the bottom now. The bottom. So let's check it out. A person who is said to take more submissive role during sexual interaction, sometimes referred to as passive in Latin American cultures, also known as a catcher. So this is something my 11-year-old definitely does not need to know in health class in 7th grade, nor should your daughter or anybody else. I don't think so. Unacceptable. We go into all sorts of closets and coming out of the closets. And I'm fine. I understand there's gays, there's straights, and I understand, everybody has their thing. That's yours. That's fine. I'm not going to hold you to it, but I don't need it being brought into a classroom to where we pay our tax dollars for you to teach stuff to my kids years before they should even know about this stuff. I mean, he's 11 years old. Come on, are you kidding me? I can't even begin to think about the daughters that are in these classes learning all this sexual stuff, cross-dresses, transgenders, what the terms are for these surgeries and injections and disorders of sexual developments. I mean, are you serious right now? On the down low, we picked up another one, the down low, on the DL. It's adopted by some African-American men who seek the same sex relations but don't identify as gays. Now, you're going to tell me that this is something that our kids need to know in 7th grade to pass 7th grade health class? Now, they're going to go over this tomorrow in class, and they're going to have a test on it. And I'll tell you right now, my kid's not going to be sitting in this class. This right here, this is state-funded porn. I mean, I don't care. I'm trying not to get too graphic. I gotta watch my mouth. I always get yelled at for that. But this makes me so upset reading this and going over all this stuff about sexual positions, sexual stuff, sexual advancements. This is stuff that our kids, 11 years old, 7th grade, don't need to be learning in school. When they get a couple years old, they want to come home. They learn it from me. I'm their father. I'm the one that teaches them this kind of stuff. Not you in health class in 7th grade. I don't think so. Especially when we're going over the different terms over the fluids and the fluid, sexual fluids and the mixings of them. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? And I can go on. Like I said, we have pages upon pages of these definitions of all this crap that our kids are learning, that are being taught. I mean, there is no sensitivity anymore in the schools. And we know that, and they're really desensitizing all of our kids, and it's ruining America. We need to know abbreviations too, folks, because we can't end there. So we also have all those so that they understand fully how to go on Craigslist and look up female to male transgenders and transsexual persons, abbreviations for male to female transgenders or transsexual person. This is something that apparently this health teacher feels vital that these kids should know and have to have a test on tomorrow. gays, genders, gender bendings, gender binary structures. I mean, gender conforming, gender creativity. I mean, the list goes on in the G's here. It doesn't stop. Gender markings, identity disorders. You know, you got that kind of stuff. You got a therapist, and you should be discussing it at home with your parents. You shouldn't be discussing it in a classroom with seventh grade kids. It just, you know, I'm so upset. I can't believe it. You know, we get into heterosexual privileges and herbals and homophobia, and and I understand they got to teach certain things because I don't promote when it goes to school violence and all that. You don't want to single kids out, and I get that, and I'm not against that. What I am against though is all this crap that I've been telling you here and learning, and my kids don't need to know about all these surgeries in different ways. I mean, it goes into lower surgeries. See, genital reconstruction surgery, is that really something that our 11-year-old kids should be learning and knowing about? No, I don't think so. It even goes into telling you about the surgeries on how you turn your privates as a boy into a female. Goes pretty detailed. I won't go into it because I don't want, got to keep it good here. But, and we go into packing. Here we go. This is packing, the process of creating a man-looking bulge in one's crotch. This can be accomplished through a homemade or store-bought pants stuffer or through a realistic-looking prosthetic device. A packing device may be referred to as a packer or a packee or as an STP packer. It also can be used to pee through while standing up. STP, stand to pee. Some guys simply refer to their packer or their prosthetic as a cock, balls, and dick. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I'm a truck driver. Everybody that knows me, yeah, I swear. I drive for a living. I say stuff, but there's a line. There's a big line, and I don't go nowhere near it. I might drop the F-bomb a few times or this or that, but this crap right here is unacceptable. For everybody that's watching this, for all you people that are here in this Cambridge school district, everybody, I mean, starting tomorrow morning, I'm going to be making phone calls. You got to stand up with me on this one. This is well beyond that line that the school needs to be teaching our kids. They are way outside of their boundaries. I mean, we didn't even get anything in the middle. Hey, we're going to go over some of this stuff in health class with your kids. Did you get that? Nah, either did I. So, your kids are going to learn a bunch of crap that you don't want them to know at an age that's way too young for them to even know or bother with. Trust me. So we're going to go on to a picture. Your kid needs to know what a picture is at 11 years old. So, we got to go to top. Let's go to top. Oh, we don't want to pass up the Q's. Here's the one. QPOC. So we got to know what that is. So that's an acronym that stands for a queer person of color or queer people of color. I mean, this is crap that does not belong in my kid's school, my kid's class, your kid's class, any of ours. No. We go into puberty, which, we talk about that with our kid. Okay, there's maybe 2 or 3 in here, that's fine. But the rest of the stuff, same gender loving, same sex attractions, secondary sex characteristics, silicone injections, because we need to know about silicone injections in 11th grade too. We got to make sure they understand men, that the women argument their appearance of their breasts. We got to make sure these kids know what the buttocks and the leg, the cheek freaking injections are. No. I don't think so. Not at all. What do we got over here? Let's see. Sexual orientations, identities, and sex change operations, because, your kid needs to know all about these sex change operations in 11th grade. It's not bad enough that their innocence is being robbed from us through the freaking news on TV every day. I mean, they're literally taking the innocence out of our kids every day with this BS that our kids shouldn't be freaking, this is bullcrap. Sorry, this is just bullshit. Switch. A person who is both on top and bottom, there may or may not be a preference for one or the other. Really? Let me ask you dads out there, your daughter need to know this in 7th grade, 11 years old? Nah, didn't think so. And it goes on. Oh, here's a good one. Because if they haven't learned enough yet, they still need to learn more. So let's learn about tucking. Okay, we got to make sure you know how to tuck. The process of hiding one's penis and testes with tape. Tight shorts or specially designed undergarments. I mean, these are only a handful of these that I'm sharing with you out of a packet that's this thick. I mean, we have over 50 of this crap. over 50 of these definitions, over 50 of different things that these kids should not be learning on. And I want to make you guys, I don't know how many of y'all go through your kids' homework every night. We go through our kids all the time, and this is how we found this tonight, going through it. And I'm so glad we do that, because if we didn't, we wouldn't know all about it. And if you don't, then you need to start doing that now. Take an initiative, take a stand with your kids, and make sure you understand what they're learning in school, because this stuff right here is crap. I mean, you know, vaginoplasty. This is how they, you know, and it goes into a whole thing about surgically creating a vagina, and it goes in depth on how to do it, because that's something that your 11-year-old daughter or son should know. So, and then we'll end this video with the resources, because you need to have all the resources, folks, to make sure that you know where the Pride Center is, to make sure you have your own voice in Hudson Pride Foundations, you know. So we'll leave you with that. And Saratoga Pride also. It gives you a long list of all these numbers and all these hotlines that your 11-year-old should really have, because this is really, you know, life skill shit that your kid's going to need to pass through 7th grade health class. Are you kidding me? Well, that's about it for tonight. Appreciate you watching the video. I hope you take a stand with me. Anybody that's from Cambridge with your kids, please, tomorrow morning I'm going to start with this. I'm not going to stop. This is crap. This is the second time we've gotten something like this. They don't say nothing to us. They just do whatever they want over there, and that's fine. But this isn't fine. This isn't going to go away. We need to make sure that everybody's aware of this stuff. And if you're not from our school district, you might be from a different school district. And guess what? There's stuff probably being taught to your kids too, just like this. So I appreciate you for watching. Thank you. Have a good night.